I'm going to put a little bit of gel on your belly. It's going to be a little bit cold. Sorry for that. Starting with the scan, I'm sure that my navigation point in a transversal plane is looking towards me. So I'm sure that it's pointing to the right side of the woman. I'll place the transducer a little bit above the pubic bone. And I start with visualizing a very nice filled bladder. As I mentioned before in my lecture, that can be very helpful because the bladder is actually working as a window now. So we know that if we scan through the bladder from caudal to cranial, that we will find the uterus. That will be somewhere underneath the bladder. Can be in different positions, will be there. So, transverse from the caudal. Here we see the vagina going to the uterus in the middle underneath the bladder. If we looked all the way up, we know now where to find the uterus, so we can rotate the transducer 90 degrees to a longitudinal plane or a sagittal plane. Again, we're tilting the transducer, but now on a horizontal axis, from the left side of the woman to the right side. That we're sure that we've seen the full uterus. This is important. Now we see the uterus and it's empty. We know that because we see the endometrium as a straight line in the middle. If there would be a pregnancy, we would see a pregnancy ring in the uterus. That means that the line, which is now straight, of the endometrium, would show us a little black hole. What we do now is moving from the uterus towards the ovaries, starting at the left side of the woman. Our navigation point is the iliac vein or artery, which you can see now on top of this image. We move a little bit towards the uterus again, and here we see, just underneath the uterus, the left ovary. That's what we are going to do on the other side as well. Again, via the bladder, towards the iliac veins. Here we see them on top of the image. Sometimes ovaries are very hard to find, but the only thing that you're sure of then is that they are luckily not enlarged. I showed you now the full pelvic area, and I'm sure because I started at the left side with the iliac veins, and I followed my path to the right side of the woman, again to the iliac veins.